I want to give a big shout out to my brother Somi. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I'm grateful. Thank you. Mad love. Yo, what's shaking YouTube? What's the word? I'll have some gameplay going for you guys in the background while I do all my yapping. And once I'm done going over all the details, I'll leave you guys to see the entire build, everything that I'm using. And after that, some gameplay and highlights from a few of my matches. Alright, so this upload is going to be a showcase / build guide on how I was able to use the reworked shoulder essence for escape. This is still the Fume Threads build that everybody's running, but we're changing out 2 essences that completely changes how the build feels to play. Instead of running Escalating Violence on the shoulder, the one that prevents enemies from using their dash skills if you dash through them, we're going to swap it out for the reworked essence called Agony Specter. Also, we will be changing one main hand, but that one's optional. But changing out the shoulder essence turns the build into something that feels completely different. Originally, the shoulder used to be terrible because the dash distance was only 2 yards. It felt awful compared to every other escape shoulder. But after the rework, when you dash, it empowers your next 4 primary attacks, causing each one to shoot twice. So instead of 4 shots, you're actually firing off 8 arrows in rapid succession. Now here's another little twist that I throw into it to spice up the build. We're going to take out the normal main hand that gives the cooldown reduction to Smokescreen, and we're going to replace it with Skull Shrieker. This one makes Smokescreen increase your primary attack speed by 38% for 3 seconds. So now every time you pop Smokescreen, your primaries start firing off insanely fast. And then we pair that with the offhand essence called Survivor's Strike, which increases your crossbow shot damage for the next 4 shots after using a skill. And that synergizes well with Specter's Agony, since it's also enhancing your next 4 shots after each dash. And since we're running 4 pieces of Vithus, 4 pieces of Gloom, the Vithus is going to give us 30% more attack speed every time we dash or use a buff, and the dash will be a buff since it will be proccing our Gloom 4-piece and 2-piece bonus. So every dash, you're going to have enhanced attack speed. Every use of escape will give you double shots. Every smoke screen is going to give you more attack speed. And every time you pop any skill, whether that be daring swing, escape, smoke screen, or chakram, your next 4 shots get bonus damage from the offhand essence. I also have Gloom Cask, Auxiliary Din, my Wolfheart. So what ends up happening is absolute chaos. Chakrams flying, grenades going off, Gloom Blades everywhere, and your primary is just dumping damage non-stop while you're dashing all over the map. It is a straight up shit show, but I'm loving every minute of using this build. And since the Helm lowers the cooldown of escape every time you take damage, the more you're getting hit, especially with dots, the more you can dash. And since Specter's Agony has cooldown reduction as his awakening bonus, you're able to spam escape way more often than with the traditional shoulders. This variant of the build makes it feel like I'm playing with Tracer from Overwatch, to all my Overwatch fans out there. You're blinking all over the place, using the dual crossbows, firing non-stop. It reminds me exactly of her. Now this is very important. This build does not really work well if you're playing on touch controls on mobile. And it's not because the build is bad, it is pretty fucking terrible, but it's because of how the controls work. On mobile with touch, your right thumb is responsible for the primary attack and all your skills. That means if you're holding down your primary or tapping it, you have to let go of it to dash, to smoke screen, or to use anything else. Then you have to press and hold it again to start firing. So you can't really constantly or immediately right after fire primaries while dashing and using abilities at the same time. But on a controller or on PC, it's completely different. I have my primary attack mapped to the right trigger of my controller, so I'm literally holding that down the entire time. I never stop firing primaries. Then I use the other trigger, the bumpers, for chakram, escape, daring swing, smoke screen, etc. You know what I mean? So as I'm dashing, I'm launching grenades from the smoke screen, blades from the chakram, all while my character is constantly firing primaries and Gloom Blades the entire time. And that's the key to this build. You're never losing out on those empowered shots from the shoulder and offhand essences. This build is not better than the standard Fume Thread setup by no means. The traditional one does way too much freaking damage, but this one is a completely different playstyle. It's fast, chaotic, unpredictable, and honestly just fucking fun. A lot of players won't expect this kind of movement and speed, and it really messes with classes that rely on skill shots because you never stay in one place for more than half a second. So if you really like that hyper-aggressive dash playstyle, you're probably going to enjoy this one a lot. It's not for everybody, and with anything, it takes practice and kind of getting the feel and hang of it, but it is fun. It's something you guys should try out, and even if you don't have a controller or a PC, still give it a shot if you're using touch controls. Doesn't mean you can't try it out. Alright, so I'm going to leave you guys to enjoy the rest of the video. Please like and subscribe. I'm still trying to reach 500 subs, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you all again for watching and tuning in. Enjoy the music, and I'll catch you on the next one, you heard?